Established in 1893, Fallbrook High serves as a model for other North County schools. Fallbrook is the second oldest high school in San Diego County. Now, the current campus was established during the 1957-58 school year and right from the start took its place among the leaders academically. In 1983-84, Fallbrook was selected nationally as an exemplary secondary school by President Reagan. Then, last year was honored as one of California's distinguished schools. Under the leadership of Dr. Bob Thomas and Dr. Dave Kuzmic, Fallbrook High points toward the 1990s with a well-earned sense of academic pride.
One of the things we have is what's called a school planning or school improvement project, where we get the teachers, the community, the kids, and the classified staff involved in setting priorities for the year. And some of these priorities, we can handle within a year, within a semester. Some take a little bit longer. So it's a continuing process of goal setting and action planning that we've just started this year at Fallbrook High School. And we really feel good about it, focusing in on issues that need to be looked at.
But it's more than just books that makes Fallbrook High special. It's a certain spirit that was evident right from the very first day of school.
I like Fallbrook because I have lots of friends and lots of relatives coming here, and it's a nice high school. It's clean and everything.
I thought getting involved on the very first day would probably be the best way to get to know people, especially it was really helpful that I was able to make some friends before school started.
Well, what I think about Fallbrook High School is the fine faculty we have here and a good academic and extracurricular program.
Fallbrook's a friendly town, and we communicate better and we get along with everybody fine.
What would you like to say that you like about Fallbrook High School?
The chicks.
Is that all?
Yeah.
And the teachers, and Bob Burton does a good job keeping everything in order.
I really like that during the football season at the beginning of the year, all the pep rallies we have and the class competitions, and it kind of gets everyone involved, and it gives all the students a chance to get to know other people in their class. And I got to work with a lot of people last year that I really had never known.
What makes Fallbrook High School special? That's a good question, Alice. You see, I think it's the students here at Fallbrook High School that make this place work. Without the variety of the people here and the different types of people here, which I just stated, I think we all work together and have a very good school here.
I like me best when I'm with you, making memories. You were my strength to see me through. You were my light when darkness grew. You were my hope, I needed you, making memories.
The people and the teachers, they're all nice, and it's a fun school.
So it's a
not boring.
friendly atmosphere,
Yes.
you think?
The people. And my buttercup.
And now tell us about that.
My buttercup?
Yeah.
Well, he's Mark Liss, and you know, he's an outside linebacker with me.
So he worked with you on the line then?
Yeah, exactly.
And Mark?
He's buttercup right there.
Well, of course, sweet thing here. Playing football.
Hi, I'm Chuck Johnson, the freshman class president. I like to say I really love the women. I love the women. I mean, look at this.
Just the question. They love you.
I think so. I think so. I hope so. I hope they do love me. They don't love Jay. He's ugly. But this school is a great school. Scholarships, football, basketball, all sports. People's cool here. The school is devastating.
Just like the pep rallies, and you know, we have a lot of sports like tennis and diving and all different kinds of sports.
Now, sports is a vital part of campus life at Fallbrook. This year's football team finished with a 500 record. Their play sparked by a wide-open offense and a hard-hitting, stingy defense.
Let's go!
The Warriors' season was highlighted by a win over perennial Palomar League power Vista. The Warriors then went up against playoff-bound Poway and sent the Titans home 22-13 losers. The big play of the game came on a Kelly Few to Robert Montoy pass, 70 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, we were real revved up. We knew we could have this game. Coach never said we had to win this game. It was a must. And we did it. Thanks to the line and everybody else, we did it.
We've had a problem all year getting down a little bit, and we just couldn't get down, and we did, and we just came right back and scored, and it was a whole team effort tonight. It was great. I don't know. I can't tell you what it feels like.
Kelly Few also connected with Marco Souther for some key yardage.
Our stands helped a lot this game. We've been undefeated at home this year, and the last game of the year we play Orange Glen, and so all I can say is they better watch out.
Now, the Warriors closed out the season with a great effort against CIF runner-up Orange Glen. The Patriots had to battle for their lives, escaping with a 1-point 19-18 win. Offensively, head coach Tom Pack has to be all smiles when he looks ahead to 1989. He'll have both Kelly Few and Marco Souther back. The offensive line, anchored by Brian Cornelius, number 74, Greg Hukare, number 79, number 50, Tom Nix, and Terry Sherman, number 65, did an outstanding job. On the other side of the ball, defensive lineman James Loftus, number 58, had a super year and was named All-Palomar League first team. Now, Sherman divided his time between the offensive line and linebacker, and there were other senior linebackers who also played well. Number 5, Pete Thrasher, John Tipton, number 52, and Mark Liss, number 73. In the secondary, senior Bruce Lucor was always coming up with a big interception. And number 27, junior Danny Furley, proved that he can be considered for all league honors next year. The big event during football season is homecoming week. And at Fallbrook, everyone works hard to make sure it's an action-packed, eventful week.
Tuesday will be Toga Day. Wrap yourself in a sheet, maybe add a grapevine halo around your neck, around your head.
How we doing so far, folks, on this sunny afternoon? Hang on tight. I got some cover girls and also a little rock and roll. We're gonna mix it all up here and enjoy.
The stationary baseball bat, you will circle around it 10 times while it's on the ground. Stop, pick up the baseball and the cup, or softball and the cup, and walk back.
We're going to Disneyland!
At the field hockey fields will be the class competition, and we're going to have 10 students from each class doing Simon Says. Simon Says, look at your behind. Okay, stop wiggling your behind. Okay. Simon Says, stop wiggling your behind. Okay, Simon Says, stop wiggling your arms. Simon Says, rub your head. Your head on your hand. Hand on your head. On your head. Judges, where is the seniors and president? Senior class president, can you please come here and take?
By the end of the week, all the students are pretty much worn out. They've had a chance to kind of really work up a thirst and a man-sized hunger. Of course, others just take it all in stride with a yawn. Now, despite the week-long workout, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors still had a little something left and tackled the job of building floats for the halftime parade. Each class tried to outdo the other with their ingenuity and skill with a hammer and nail. All 4 classes came up with floats that were simply spectacular. The colors alone said it all. The cheerleaders also worked hard to make homecoming week special, and their performance at the Friday pep rally set the tone for the rest of the day.
We'll be the best that we can be. Say F, and say H, say yes, yes. Oh yes, no time to stop, no time to rest. We've got a goal to be the best. 2, 3, 4, F-U-H-S is the best. Fallbrook, what? Be the best. F-U-H-S is the best. Fallbrook, what? Be the best. 2 more. F-U-H-S is the best. Fallbrook, what? Be the best. Next time. F-U-H-S is the best. Fallbrook, what? Be the best.
Finally, the hour was at hand, and it was time to strike up the band and set the parade in motion.
Come right here. Back up, please.
left gets the roll.
We get on that. Get on the hill. Where do we go?
Tell you, very sexy. I'd like to announce your 1988 homecoming king, Terry Sherman.
Homecoming week was a success, and the big reason, really, the ASB.
One of the more effective ways of stirring up school spirit these days is a year-long class competition, one that pits the freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors against one another with the idea on involving more students. It's a concept that began over 25 years ago, right here at Fallbrook Union High School. And the man behind the concept is Fallbrook's ASB advisor, Bob Burton.
I can remember in the late 1960s looking at a Fallbrook High School pep rally, and all the senior class was sitting there like bumps on a log, watching the cheerleaders perform. None of them were cheering, none of them were yelling, none of them were into the rally. It was dead. And we talked it over at our student council meeting, and a suggestion was made for a class competition, that perhaps if we had a year-long class of the year program where there was some incentive for seniors to get involved and feel a part of the school, that it would increase our school spirit.
Just attend any Fallbrook assembly, complete with class competition, and you'll be convinced the concept is working. The students' decibel level is off the charts.
Some of the activities in which they participate have humanitarian background. For example, a canned food drive, that kind of a thing to help others, and a lot of them are silly.
As you would imagine, it takes quite an imagination to think up the silly ones. This year, that job belongs to ASB Activity Commissioner Jennifer Hampton.
Relay. Okay, this is going to be a Western relay, riding a hobby horse, and it's going to be a surprise relay.
Gosh, I guess it takes a sense of creativity. I love it. It's a lot of fun. Competitions and dress-up days and everything is all a part of an activity commissioner's responsibility. And just finding ideas and different things that people like, that people enjoy. Something a little bit out of the ordinary, but not too risky for everyone.
Like popping a water balloon on a spiked football helmet. All events take a lot of time and effort to pull off.
There's a lot of time given, but oh gosh, it's worth it when you see all the faces and you see all the pluses. I mean, it's not an individual, it's not just class officers, it's a group of people. You're combining all sorts of people, pulling different people out from different groups. It's a way to make them feel like this is their school, they belong.
Fallbrook's class competition program has served as a model for hundreds of other high schools across the nation, and most have found out what Bob Burton had. There's another benefit to all this silliness beyond the school spirit.
I think if school can be a fun place to come to on a day-to-day basis, that students are going to do better inside the classroom as well. So we try to create as many of these kinds of moments as possible so that when a kid gets up in the morning, they know they're coming to a place that's pretty positive.
Fallbrook High School definitely fits that description.
The girls' field hockey team was a real source of pride for the Warriors. They made it to the CIF playoffs and almost went all the way to the championship, winding up with a third-place finish. Junior Shannon Small was a second-team All-CIF pick. She'll be back next year and will provide the foundation for another outstanding season. Now, the most satisfying moment in this past season, a playoff victory over San Marcos. And the girls kind of enjoyed it.
I'm really proud of everything we've done, and everybody worked their hardest and turned out to be a great season.
Water polo was another sport Fallbrook excelled in. The Warriors wound up second in the standings, and Danny Gill made the All-CIF second team.
Well, Danny, it seems to be a very good year this year. How is the water polo team doing?
Not bad.
Not bad? Can you expand on that, Danny?
Well, last year we did pretty good. Not bad, considering we were considered to lose league. Came in second, and not even considered to go to CIF, and got 6th in CIF. Not doing bad, with a lot of guys getting honorable mention in CIF.
Well, great. You're a junior this year, aren't you, Danny?
Yep.
What do you think of the team next year?
I think we'll be strong. Get guys to work out. Be all right.
The tennis team went through a rebuilding year, so watch out next season.
Yeah, we have. Everybody has improved a lot, the whole team. As like we put together, so from the beginning we weren't even together. Now we're really together. We're organized, more of a team now. You learn to have self-control, a lot of self-control and discipline, and just not to get down, just to keep your self-confidence.
Megan Warner and Cheryl Parsley were the team MVPs. Megan talked about playing doubles.
Mr. Wake kept Cheryl and I together, and I think that worked out really well because we were used to each other on how we could talk to each other and, you know, say when to go up, and, you know, we just worked well together.
Now, it was also a year of rebuilding for the volleyball team, but look for the Warriors to come back better than ever in 1989. Mary Jackson says the biggest problem this past year, injuries.
It was kind of a different year because by the end of the season, almost half the players were injured and on the bench. Jennifer Tippett is a very good player. She was always out there, always lifting you up. And Kirsten Berry also got most inspirational this year. I learned a lot more about the game itself and different techniques rather than, and also team playing.
In cross country, Fallbrook rivals learned real quick that they would have to be at their best if they hoped to win. David Gehring and Janine Miller look back on the season from different perspectives.
In the upper levels, it's more individual because you can't usually have a team full of outstanding athletes. But it's a team sport in that your top 5 people score, and then the lowest score counts as a win.
This year was basically a rebuilding year from last year. Last year we had a really good team, and this year it's just like we were here to rebuild, and next year we'll have an even better team. Lisa Denault, she always came in for us. She was always there in case of our second runner didn't have a good race, so she always improved. She was nominated most improved.
While the Warriors were outstanding on the athletic field, in many cases they were even better in the classroom. Niles Pierce is a good example of what Fallbrook students are capable of academically. Niles maintains an A average and still finds time to serve as band major, plays a little soccer, and devotes a lot of time to the trumpet.
Well, I started both piano and trumpet in 4th grade, and I've continued trumpet, dropping piano after 6 years in order to concentrate with more emphasis on the trumpet, and I've taken private lessons the entire time. It's just another way to focus your life. And it's been difficult at times. Sometimes there isn't time to practice the trumpet at night. There just isn't. And that's one of the sacrifices I have to make for my involvement in other areas.
Niles divides his time playing trumpet with the band and leading the band. He's kind of a center of attention. Any pressure with that?
So the band is doing most of the moving, and I really feel I have the easy part. There's not much of a way for me to mess up. So they've really got the pressure. I have the fun part because people are watching my white uniform, and so I really enjoy it.
Niles also finds time to take part in the academic decathlon. Now, the Warriors recently wound up third in a tournament with 46 teams. The reason? Lots of study time.
And we worked for a month at least, after school, at night, and during school, preparing for it. And so to come in third was really a triumph for our school.
Music, sports, academics, but how does Niles hope that he'll be best remembered when he leaves Fallbrook?
More important than even my academics or sports or music, I would like to be remembered as the president of the school who started things going again for the student council. I think that this type of involvement and activity is really necessary in student government. So I'd like to be remembered as a student body president who cared and took the time to make a difference.
From his position on the platform leading the band, Niles can really appreciate just how outstanding the band is. Whether it's performing at a football game or taking part in a tournament, the Warriors are top-notch. Drama is also a main focus on the Fallbrook campus. The department is headed by Florine Villain. During the fall semester, the class put on the production Electra, a most challenging play.
And in our hands, bring a carved bronze urn. By these means, we shall bring the pleasant news. Here is my body.
There's very little movement on stage, and all the power is in the language. So the kids really had to listen to the language, and all of their energy had to be focused in embellishing the words.
But one day, this noble lad of my sin I shall welcome back, if God will bless his coming, Orestes.
But I have awaited his return always, sadly, unweariedly, till I'm past
But
child.
what I had to do with the piece is make it very modern, to show that a lot of the themes that are in Greek theater are happening today in society, are happening today in politics. And so I made a modern version about assassination and talking about politicians and their lust for power.
I see your sister now, blood of your blood, of the same father and mother. It is Chrysothemis. In her hands, burial offerings, the usual sacrifice.
Another reason why I chose this particular play is because we entered it into the UCLA Theater Festival, and they like plays of high caliber that are a real challenge for students. So I didn't want to take a modern comedy or a modern drama. I wanted to take something that was really challenging, like French classical comedy or Shakespeare or Greek tragedies. That's why I took it.
The arts also took center stage during the holidays. The annual Christmas show has long been a popular feature at Fallbrook. The presentation is the students' Christmas gift to friends, teachers, and family.
Bring
With the holidays upon us, it's only fitting to come up with a New Year's resolution.
And our resolution is to get an apartment together.
My name is Alan Mahado, and my New Year's resolution is to prove Einstein's theory of relativity wrong.
My name's Tracy Harmon, and my New Year's resolution is to be nicer to my trick teacher, because I've treated him like he's a jerk.
My name's Chase Kistrom, and my New Year's resolution is, wait a minute, I got one. Let's see. It's not getting any more car accidents with bad drivers.
My name is Larissa Howard, and my New Year's resolution is to not really be as camera shy as I am right now, I guess. I don't know. I'm just really camera shy.
Following Christmas break, it was time to get serious about winter sports. The wrestling team pulled off a surprise or two along the way. The Torrey Pines Falcons discovered the Warriors are for real. Fallbrook, a very young team, just 3 seniors in the lineup, but what they may lack in overall experience, they more than make up for in talent. In the 165-pound class, Joe Norbash went right to the attack and picked up a victory by way of a pin. Dan Brown followed with another win as the Warriors built up a sizable lead. By the time heavyweight Ellen Mahado took the mat, Fallbrook was leading 55-9, and Mahado added to the final score with a pin at the 159 mark of the match. The outstanding individual performer for the Warriors was 154-pounder Craig Francis. Craig was the CIF 2A champion. He took a 27-3 record into the CIF. The boys basketball team worked hard for head coach Russ Keith. During the Kiwanis tournament, they took care of El Cap, winning by 13. Senior guard Keith Elston ran the offense. Now, most of the time, that meant getting the ball to Travis Teagle. Teagle is only a junior. And Coach Keith can also smile about the prospects of having freshman Chris Miller back for 3 more years. Now, the Warriors made it to the playoffs and a showdown with San Marcos. The Warriors had things pretty much their own way, taking a 21-5 first quarter lead. Fallbrook's Travis Teagle played above the hoop all night long. He slammed one home here. It was 40-20 Warriors at the half. Guard Keith Elston also lit it up as he combined with Teagle for 31 points. Chris Miller was also in double figures with 14. The Knights were led by Jay Kitty. He was the high man for the game with 20, but this one belonged to Fallbrook all the way, 76-47. A big win, but according to David Michaelian, another victory ranks just a bit higher.
I would say that our win over Poway probably sticks most in my mind of our basketball season. It was a big win because they ended up winning the 3A championship, and we knocked them off, so I thought that was a pretty big win.
The girls were led by senior Carol Reed. She made the Point Loma All-Tournament team. Now, the ladies didn't win a title, but people have begun to take notice, and Carol says the crowds are starting to get just a bit bigger.
We're getting a lot more coverage, especially with the papers. Like before, there wasn't much. But, and for the JV, and we have a girls' night, a girls' elementary night, and a lot of people came to that, so a lot more people are coming than usual, I think. We had a lot of good games, I feel. We had a few games at the beginning of the season where we played Mission Bay, and they're a really good team, and we beat them by like 1 point, so that was really good.
Wait till next year was the battle cry for the boys and girls soccer teams, but don't get the impression the Warriors didn't have anything to brag about. When it comes to high academic standards, the Warriors were in a class all by themselves. The boys, 10 players maintained a B or better average. Christopher Gunther and Niles Pierce both topped a 4.1 grade average. 5 girls were B or better, with Shannon Small sporting a 4.47 average in the classroom. Scott Rice and Lori McMillan remember only positive things about the season.
How much we all improved and what all we went through, different games, new experiences we met together. They were all there. They'd all practice hard and everything, and we all play together, and everybody's in the game 100%, so couldn't ask for any more.
The friendships, that was a big thing on the team. Everyone's really close, you know. We didn't make that many goals this year. It was more just, we just, you know, kicked back and just had a good time. Well, I know that Tina Loftus got honorable mention, Tina Loftus and Shannon Small, and
Bonnie Johnson made first team All-League.
There are a number of school dances during the year. The range is wide, from the dress-up Christmas extravaganza to a little country fun with Sadie Hawkins.
Do you take this lovely lady to be your lovely wedded bride for worse, for poorer, and sickness? Or do you want her only for richer and for better and in health? That's not a trick question. By the power vested in me by the Board of Education, the lack of education, and because I have absolutely no brains, I'm going to pronounce you man and white until the magical hour of midnight. Congratulations.
Well, as long as you have your dancing shoes on, let's enjoy a wide range of toe-tapping entertainment. Fallbrook students and future warriors put on a presentation that left the audience wanting more. Here's an example of dance night. All the extracurricular activities at Fallbrook seem to provide for a more positive atmosphere in the classroom. Bob Burton said earlier, school should be a place you want to be. Now, the teachers at Fallbrook are also a very vital part of that. Steve Kettering makes sure that in his class there is a two-way dialogue.
Well, I think we set the tone for that during the first days of the class, in that each person is encouraged to offer their opinion, and nobody is going to be put down or criticized unfairly for having an opinion in this class on any subject.
I mean, what problem? He didn't do what they wanted, then he wouldn't get their support, and he would be dethroned and somebody else would come because the aristocracy had a total power.
If the student has a little bit freer say in the classroom, has a little bit more of an ability to communicate openly with the teacher, I think, than before. I think the respect of the teacher is still definitely there, but I would hope that the students have the ability to come and ask questions more openly of a teacher. And I think that that bond is breaking a little bit, the how do I term it, the tenseness, the strictness of that bond is breaking down a little bit, which I enjoy. I always have enjoyed talking to the students.
Teachers also find they learn from the students. Connie O'Connor says that's one of the pluses of her job.
Well, that's one of the reasons that I'm still in this profession is I grow, and I grow from their questions. They oftentimes will ask questions that I don't have answers for. They will often ask questions that I have to go home and think about, and I will come back the next day with an answer. I think what's interesting is with the world changing so much, technology changing them, and consequently I have to keep up with them. I have to learn computers. I have to learn how to work machines. I have to learn what the music they're learning and dancing to. I mean, it's all completely different, and they keep me young.
Now, students tend to think a good grade is the most important thing they get out of a class, but to a teacher, it's more than a simple mark on a piece of paper.
I want every student to leave this class knowing that they experienced something worthwhile, and that will, in some way, shape or form, help them in the years ahead.
Well, Mr. Kettering teaches you a lot about success. He doesn't believe that success is measured by money or fame. He believes that being successful is being able to reach your goals and achieve your highest potential.
I've taken a lot out of this class, probably more than any other class I've had in high school, because it doesn't just teach you history, and I've had Mr. Kettering for 2 years. It teaches you more. It teaches you how to think. It teaches you methods of thinking. It teaches you ways to approach topics or problems that you don't even know how to solve. And it teaches you confidence, and it teaches you how to achieve your goals. It teaches you to reach your potential. And it's been a very successful class for me, and I think a big part of that is the fact that Mr. Kettering is teaching it.
I've had my share of broken dreams, but you said I could win. You gave me the chance I always needed to start my dreams again. You took the time to teach and tutor, show me rules to rise, change my fears to glory tears. You're an angel in disguise. Even though my thanks don't show, I noticed you will never go. I need to say I love you so. You're my hero. Wouldn't be where I am today. I've won my share of times, unless you coached me through the maze and pushed me on the hardest climbs. It's just your style, the extra mile, no glory must be tough. You let me have the accolades, a smile you said was just enough. So even though my thanks don't show, I noticed you will never go. I need to say I love you so. You're my hero.
There is a very decided Hispanic influence at Fallbrook. It's part of what makes the campus special. In Gary Berglund's Spanish class, language is never a barrier.
Tiene un baño con aire acondicionado, televisor, agua caliente, agua fría, cualquiera tú quieres.
¿Cuánto cobran?
$100 por noche nomás.
Y el restaurante de este hotel que se llama Miguel's, ¿es bueno? ¿Es malo?
Yo creo que ese restaurante es la mejor del mundo. Se sirve la comida que es la mejor.
Well, Mr. Berlin has us do occasional skits, and we have to write our original skits, and it has to be something to do with Spanish and a lot of vocabulary and things that we have studied throughout the year. And Mr. Berlin is the one who initiates this.
Any application of the language, this is more, even though it's memorization and it's somewhat in sterile environment of the classroom, at least it's more of an application than just dictation in front of a class or in a written test or something.
Spanish food is also very popular. Enchiladas, flautas, tostadas. It's all part of International Day. They're mouth-watering, but you'll have to kind of wait in line to get a taste. Music also helps create that festive mood. International Day was a blending of many cultures. The Indian Club put on a traditional dance. Then got everyone involved. Rhonda Andrade feels International Day plays an important part in campus life.
I believe there's a lot of different cultures at Fallbrook, and they all should be represented, and I'm really proud to be Indian, and I'm really proud of the Indian Club and what we can all achieve together. And I think showing the mariachi singing and showing us dancing shows the many different styles there is.
Colette Jones is from South Africa, and Jimmy Schitsong is from Switzerland. They really got caught up in the festivities of the Cinco de Mayo International Day.
It's pretty different from where I am, and like today, I love today, and the school system I really like.
It's much more relaxed than in my old school. It's not so strict. You have a lot more fun here. I like that you can do that much sport, like in a sport team. Right now I'm in the tennis varsity team. Like that. I like the weather here, the area, the whole thing.
Another ritual of spring is the annual Future Farmers of America banquet. Some 300 students, parents, and friends showed up to honor those individuals who excelled in FFA. Now, Fallbrook is proud to be the only school in California to have had a student serve as National FFA President. Her name, Jan Eberle. The year was 1982. This year, the department, headed by Bill Reenstra and assisted by teacher Scott Duffin, produced some more outstanding individuals. At the banquet, the two most prized trophies were the Star Green Hand Award and the Star Chapter Farmer Award.
This year, the Star Green Hand is a person who is very active in the FFA. He is a person involved with project competition. He has attended all of our work days. Congratulations, Richard Swanasty.
Okay, the person who will be receiving the Star Chapter Farmer is a person who's really active in both the FFA and school activities. Last year, she was a member of a very successful ornamental horticulture team, which got first place in the state of California, and she was sixth high individual throughout the whole state. She is currently the FFA chapter treasurer. This is Vicki Padin.
For the past few years, Air Band has been growing by leaps and bounds in San Diego County. Now, the Warriors failed to place a band in the top 5 county-wide, but it wasn't for lack of trying. Terry Sherman seemed to like short shorts. He was part of the CIF championship track team, the only CIF title for the Warriors this year. Now, the Warriors were anchored by the best field performer in the nation, Brent Noon. Brent was the star of the show at the Sun Devil Coca-Cola Invitational last weekend. He set a new San Diego section CIF mark of 67 feet 8.5 inches, breaking the old mark of 66 11.5 set 15 years ago. And Brent wasn't even 100%.
We were sort of using this meet. I haven't really thrown in 3 weeks. I had the flu, and we were using this meet to get back into it, and I'm really happy about that.
When Brent regains his full strength, he and his family feel the sky's the limit.
My dad and brother set 73 to 75 for my final throws this year, and they really think I can throw that, so I guess I'll try and go for what they say. I believe in them, so that's what I'm looking for.
Brent backed up that by winning both the shot put and the discus at the CIF championships. He had the longest throw in the nation this year. Sherman applied the pressure to Brent. Terry wound up second in the CIF. And there were other stars. Jorge Rodriguez won the league title at the 800 and 1600 meter distances. He was second in the CIF and sixth in the state at 1600 meters. Jorge was named Fallbrook Athlete of the Year. Robert Montoy wound up sixth in the CIF in the hurdles, and Cole Handy was third at 3,200 meters. Head coach Tim Oders says the boys worked hard for their championship.
A tremendous effort today by everybody who participated, and certainly the ones who scored. I would say two things that come to mind right away. Number one, Robert Montoy getting a point for us in the hurdles, and number two, Cole Handy's tremendous effort. Yeah! Cole ran a tremendous race in the 2 mile, finishing third. He's somebody that nobody was even talking about coming into the race except for us. Certainly Terry Sherman in the shot put, Alan Mojado in the discus, Jorge Rodriguez with a real tough double, and certainly Brent Noon. We've been talking about doing something like this for about 1.5 years since we saw this group as a young bunch of track runners and throwers and jumpers for us. So we've been thinking about it a lot. There's been a tremendous amount of work and sacrifice by people, a lot of time. There have been times where some of these people have been very, very down and they came back, and I think Cole Handy would be an extreme example of that. There have been times when he's very, very down, and today he was the hero. And he was battling it out with a kid from Orange Glen, and however that went to meet.
Team effort, we just have about, 6 or 7 people, 8, I don't know, but it was scary. I was scared and I was running. I don't know how everyone else was feeling, but, we're just, I guess the whole meet, some things went great, some things went all right, and everything worked out good.
The girls also had a solid season in track and field. Coach Marty Houck said the girls gave 100%, whether it was on the practice field or in a league meet. And that kind of work ethic showed up in the final record. The girls were one of the stronger teams in the North County and wound up third in league. Longtime rival Vista fell to the Warriors thanks in part to the performance of Tiffany Lee.
I was really excited about this race. Vista's been an arch rival for a long time, and I was really glad to beat them. It's been a long time, and I'm really happy we're beating them.
Jenny Crystal made it to the CIF finals in the 300 low hurdles. She was one of the top 9 girls in San Diego County. And Stacy Fordyce qualified for the CIF finals in the high jump. The girls' gymnastics team finished 4th in the CIF, and the best is yet to come. Leading the way for the Warriors, freshman sensation Paige Peterman. She was the CIF winner in the optional floor exercise, 2nd in the vault, and was in the top 10 in the bars and the beam. Paige was first team all-league, along with Erin Pace. Erin was also a strong finisher in the CIF, winding up in the top 10 in the beam, floor exercise, and all around.
We have outstanding, compulsory, and optional. We just do really well. And we have a lot of fun, and with our coach, Pastor Montecalvo, we just work really hard and have a good time.
The boys' baseball team was led by 4 all-league first-team performers, Mike Gainsborough, Eric Larson, Wade Pearson, and Dirk Fisher. The boys finished with 16 victories and just barely missed the playoffs. Their biggest moment came in the Lions tournament against CIF runner-up Grossmont on the Foothillers' home field.
In another 2A division game, the Foothillers took on Fallbrook. This one was scoreless until in the bottom of the second, Grossmont's John Tatum changed all that with one swing of the bat. His second home run of the season, and it was 1-0 Foothillers. In the top of the third, the Warriors answered with a 2-run squeeze bunt. Wade Pearson laid it down. The throw to first was wide, and both Scott Rice and Jeremy Fitzgerald scored to make it 2-1 Fallbrook. They led it 4-1 in the fifth when Grossmont came back with a 3-run inning. The big blow, this 2-run home run by senior center fielder Tom Lyles, one of 3 on the game for the Foothillers. The Warriors came back to tie it in the seventh, this on a bases-loaded sacrifice fly to left by Clint Miller. That made it 5-5 and soon to be headed for extra innings. Fallbrook then came up with 2 more in the eighth. Mike Gainsborough's fly ball to left dropped in for a 2-run single to make it 7-5 Warriors. Grossmont then loaded the bases in their half of the eighth, but on came Miller to get the final 2 outs, both on strikeouts. The Warriors win their 6th in a row by a final of 7-5. Miller and Gainsborough talked about the win.
There's a lot of pressure in a situation like that, but you just got to go in and throw hard and set them down and get ahead of them in the count, which is something I didn't do that well, but I came back and fought and was able to set them down and strike them out.
I think our biggest strength is we have a lot of heart. We want to play. We come out here every time. We want to play. We've won 6 in a row now. And every time, I mean, we've been underdogs in a lot of those games. We just come out here and pound the ball and, you know, do what we do normally.
The girls softball team was coming off a CIF championship season, but this time around, the pieces just didn't fall into place. The girls gave it all they had, but didn't contend for the league title. Now, there were some individual standouts. Terry Pearson and Diana Fisher made first team All-League, and Jennifer Tippett and Tina Loftus were named second team All-League. It was a super year for boys golf. They wound up with an overall mark of 10 wins and 5 losses, and Pete Thrasher qualified for the CIF. Now, this was a total team effort. Coach Mike Vagno does the honors.
And I'd like to introduce you to the team right now, going down the line, starting with the freshmen. Right here we have...
I'm Darren Dickinson. I'm a freshman, and I'm 4th man on the varsity golf team.
I got a DT title. Over here we have another freshman.
I'm Kit Burton. I'm a freshman.
Averaging 44 also. Son of Bob Burton.
Jason Davis, sophomore.
Jason is our #1 man right now. He was the #2 man last year for Fallbrook, and he has the lowest freshman and the lowest sophomore average, second only to Bill Teasdale ever at the history of Fallbrook High School.
Jim Hamilton, I'm a junior.
Ham's been playing #6 and #7 man right along and doing a good job.
Hi, I'm Kevin Woodling, senior. Having a great time out here, free golf. It's been wonderful. Really. Really.
That's Woody.
I'm Chris Tice. I'm a senior at Fallbrook High School, and I've been on the golf team 4 years now.
Chris is also one of our captains, along with Jason Davis, and really doing a super job this year.
I'm Pete Thrasher, senior.
Pete right now is hanging in real solid in the #2 spot and really doing a great job, and he is the captain of the team.
The boys volleyball team was plagued by youth and injuries. Now, they gave it their best shot in every match, but the final result wasn't there. Coach Troy Stokes says, though, the young players gained a lot of experience, and if they can avoid the injuries next season, they should be a very competitive team. Wait till next year was the war cry in boys and girls swimming. The final record this season wasn't what the Warriors had hoped for, but take nothing away from their desire and determination. They went into every meet confident that they could challenge for the victory. And that kind of attitude is the attitude of a true champion. The boys and girls can look back at the season and know they did their very best. Dan Head was the team leader for the boys. He was second in league and placed high in the CIF finals. Matt Nelson was fourth in league and had a strong showing in the CIF.
Hi, my name's Dan Head, and I'm proud to be a part of the Fallbrook swim program this year. We're not going to win a championship this year, but we're doing okay. We're having a lot of fun. We don't especially have a big guys team, but we got a whole lot of JV girls, and I know they enjoy the program a lot. Just a minute ago, Matt Nelson got a CIF automatic cut in the 200 IM, and we're real stoked about that. In a minute, I'm gonna have a chance to break the 100 fly school record. And that's one of my goals this year. I might not do it today, but I'm trying.
And finally, the tennis team put 8 wins in the record books. 2 players distinguished themselves in the Palomar League by being named Honorable Mention All-League, Don Nelson and Bob Crinklaw. Now, they lost this match to North County Power Poway, but the Titans had to earn every point. Nothing ever came easy against Fallbrook. Now there is one final athletic event, and it's something everyone looks forward to. The senior girls versus the juniors in the Powder Puff football showdown. This one started off with some great senior defense and interception, and the seniors were in scoring position. They went right to the air, a slant across the middle, and the seniors were driving. It was 1st and goal. Then Jennifer Tippett did her impression of Herschel Walker. She took it around left end, put on a spin move, and went head first into the end zone. All right, now it was time for some junior strategy.
Okay, stand behind me, okay? I'm going to toss it to you and run with you next to you. Okay. Okay, and you're going to be on this side, and you're going to run this way around with me. What am I going to do? I don't know what it's called, but heck. Okay, let's go. Yeah, you go. All right, come on. It's the option one, I think.
She must have been calling offensive plays for the Chargers the last couple of years. Yes, I think she definitely was calling the offensive plays. Well, let's liven this game up a little bit. How about some cheerleaders? You know, there's nothing like pretty girls, and these are nothing like pretty girls. Finally, the seniors scored again. Star of the game, Jennifer Tippett, found the end zone as the seniors went on to beat the juniors.
We had a whole lot of fun. It was great. We just get out here and have fun. You know, it's rough, but still, you know, we're having a good time. And I play volleyball, basketball, football, and it's good just to get out here and, you know, kick it and just loosen up and have fun. And everyone's out here just, you know, yelling it up. And I just like to commend all the senior team. We did great. And the junior team too, but it was our year. We had to win. We lost last year. We were getting some revenge. So,
As the school year headed toward June, there was music in the air. The choir and the orchestra put on the spring concert. Under the direction of Dan Allison and Lynn Bradley, the program was an event to remember. It was a musical potpourri featuring some very talented Fallbrook students. Here are some of the highlights. But there was more music in the spring, the kind that you danced to as the seniors enjoyed the prom. It was a chance to ride in a fancy limo with that special date. The students at Fallbrook pulled out all the stops, as each and every one rated a 10 on the fashion scale. The prom is one of those events that you dream about from the time that you enter high school. It's a magic moment, one that will live forever in your memory.
The 1989 prom king is Jason Sutliff.
Jason.
Congratulations to the 1989 prom queen, Susie Robertson.
Hey, Jason, you better be good.
You can now join in.
For the seniors, 4 super years at Fallbrook were about to come to an end. 4 years that, well, may be the most important years in your life. It's a time lasting friendships are made, and the foundation for your future is laid. At the Senior Awards Banquet, those students who maintained a high level of academic excellence during their years at Fallbrook were honored. Now, there are far too many awards to mention individually, but these students really formed the backbone of the school. And for every one of those students honored, there were many more who deserve recognition for their efforts also. I'm talking about each and every student who did their best day in and day out. That's another way of measuring excellence in the classroom. If you know down deep you gave it your best shot, then you are a success. The graduating seniors are ready to step off the Fallbrook campus and begin the rest of their lives. For some, that means college. For others, a place in the workforce. Whatever your choice, because of the education provided by the faculty at Fallbrook, you have an opportunity to make a difference in the world. The baccalaureate was another opportunity to share some final moments with classmates at Fallbrook. The ceremony proved to be an emotional celebration of just what it means to be a warrior, and to remember always that your high school years are truly dear. Finally, the big moment has arrived, the culmination of one chapter in your life and the beginning of yet another. Graduation is a time to celebrate a job well done. It's a chance for family and friends to share in that happy memory. You've worked hard since your freshman year, and now it's time to reap the dividends of all those great and glorious efforts.
I wrote a little poem in honor of the graduating class of 1989. Graduation. A new life is beginning on this very day. We will all separate and go our own way. We must do what we feel is right in our heart, even if it means we will lead our lives apart. All these years have gone by so fast. The memories of the good times will always last. The goals we have achieved and the success that we have won. We all have a reason to be proud of what we have done. No matter what surprises life may hold in store, I wish you all the best of luck forevermore. Thank you.
Looking back, I see that high school has taught me that people and relationships are the most meaningful parts of life, and I could never have any better friends than those I have had in high school. Their companionship is more valuable to me than anything else, and I will never forget the times we have spent together, telling silly jokes, laughing crazily, and enjoying one another.
Although high school is primarily a time for learning, in Fallbrook, this learning occurs in an unusually fun-filled environment. Never again in our lives will there be pep rallies, class competitions, prom, Mr. Burton taking photos of us, Mr. Burns giving up vectors, friendly chats in the parking lot with Mr. Jones, homecoming floats to build and to destroy, friends that we've known since kindergarten, and someone else paying the bills. All of these people and experiences are unique, and after tonight, they are over. Even though at the moment we have more important things to think about, these experiences will soon resurface in our minds as fond memories. Mr. Burns' legacy here at Fallbrook High School spanned over 3 decades, and tonight we'd like to make him an honorary member of the senior class of Fallbrook High School.
I now present to you the graduating class of 1989. The graduated class of 1989.
I like me best when I'm with you.
I'm Danelle Borkus, and I'm going to Point Loma College, and in 10 years from now, I hope to be an undercover cop.
My name is Melissa Brower, and I'm going to Moorhead State, which is in Minnesota, and in 10 years, hopefully I'll be a teacher, but who knows?
My name is Kim Kennedy, and in 10 years, I think I will be married and have probably at least one child and live in Hawaii.
All right, 10 years from now, I'll probably be in Jamaica growing my dreads, surfing on the beaches, enjoying the sun, hopefully making a lot of money, a lot of women around me.
Hi, my name is Megan Warner, and like you guys didn't know, and in 10 years I'm going to be definitely something in business, and I'm going to be head of a huge corporation that I built all on my own.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Lowe, and 10 years from now I will be working in a flower shop in Fallbrook.
Okay, my name is Jerry Gustafson. I think about 10 years from now I should be a representative for a pharmaceutical company with a bachelor's degree in chemistry, master's degree in business administration.
Well, 10 years from now I'll probably be up either flying in the air or working for an aeronautical engineering company.
Okay, my name is Holly Hampton, and in 10 years I'll be at BYU Hawaii.
My name is Sharice Mahoney, and 10 years from now, I'm going to be living on the Hawaii shores, being very rich, very successful, and very happy.